going to crumble. And that's how Satanists are. There is no love and honor in the thieves and murderers. They're all going to be fighting it out to control this whole New World Order, this monster that they've set in motion. And so this whole thing with Bush and threats of him being indicted, this whole thing this week about Fitzgerald in Chicago coming out with indictments on Bush and Cheney, and you know, for treason, for war crimes, for everything under the sun they could actually get a hold of. I mean, he's not innocent of anything, and so just proving it. And with this prosecutor, especially appointed by the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, and given the rights to go, the authority to investigate George Bush and Dick Cheney in the Beltway. And so we're going to find out from Larry later. We don't know how much, if he really is going to come out with indictments. The thing about it is that some of these people were stating that they were coming out with indictments, that they had been indicted. And so we're going to talk about that, because another thing, you know, Sherman Skolnick, one of the guys I've always liked, had a lot of interesting stuff on his site. And he was the one that really, you know, I had on last year, and we talked about the presidential campaign between John Kerry and George Bush. And you can read a ton of good stuff off Sherman Skolnick's site. And so when Sherman Skolnick came out with his own article, his own information, backing up some of these claims about Bush being indicted, it really angered a lot of people, because they thought the information was true to begin with, that he was losing credibility standing behind that information. And so I'm going to have Larry talk about that tonight, because I don't stay enough in that particular, I guess you call part of the New World Order agenda. I mean, I'm usually more over with the New Agers and the aliens, and Brayden knows my sites know where I pretty much cover a little bit of everything, but I'm going to let Larry handle that one tonight, and he always does a good job of explaining things. A huge part of this audience being an international audience, and so we'll try to explain who people are and what they're doing so that you'll understand what we're talking about. These are events going on here in the United States. Bush presidency, you know, is it in trouble? I really don't think, even if the prosecutor, my own personal opinion, even if he did have 100 indictments to land against him, one would ever see the light of day, because they're going to make sure it doesn't. Bush has broken the law since he's been in office. So what's breaking the law? If he were to fire, and there was a Newsweek reported that President Bush was going to fire Fitzgerald as the special prosecutor and looking at out of this, the CIA elite case, of course, tied into the whole Iraq. It was, you know, false weapons of mass destruction excuses. He can't fire him. It's illegal for him to do so. And so just watch. He'll do it anyway. I mean, he's done everything illegal since he's been in office to begin with. He has snubbed his nose at the Constitution from the day he's been there. He's been guilty of treason probably from the first, just his whole nomination being in office is illegal. So he doesn't even have a legal presidency. And so how do you pass an indictment for treason against the sitting president of the United States when he's not legally the sitting president of the United States? I mean, it opens up a lot of questions, a lot of wranglings. And nothing I'm saying is you know, off the top of my head. Everything is proven. You can go to apfn.org. They always have a lot of interesting articles on their website, the American Patriot Friends Network. Anybody can post there but me. And you can read a lot of everybody else's opinions. Whenever I post something, it's down in 10 seconds. Sometimes the last 5 minutes. They monitor that board. I really don't believe it's a board of pure patriots that runs it simply because they have the hatred for everything I have to say. I mean, what do I have to say? Why would I hurt real patriots of America? You know, my great-great-great-grandfather down the line was Daniel Boone, who came over here to help settle this country. And, you know, so I'm pure patriot 100%. I don't know how anything I post is ever a threat to patriots, but I can't stay on a patriot board for more than 5 minutes. I'll ask Larry tonight if anything he ever posts stays over there. And so I've long been suspect of that entire network over there. Gets a lot of attention, definitely run heavy, oversighted by the intelligence agencies, in the government. They're on that board 24 hours a day, every second. Because I know a lot of times I'll post something at 2:30, 3 o'clock, 5 in the morning, and it's gone in less than 5 minutes. And so it's heavily monitored, and not one person who owns the board could possibly monitor it 24/7. And so it's heavily monitored for reasons. And so I'm suspect of the whole thing. But you can still get some good information on everything else that's already being reported on. If you want to report on something that's already been reported on, then you can do that. And to me, that's just it's damage control, it's spin control. It's almost like when I worked for Jerry Falwell at Liberty, Virginia. One of the standing rules for the radio station I worked at that he owned in Lynchburg, we couldn't report on anything he did until everybody else had. Because we were voted the number one news team in the state the year I was there. But the standing rule when it came to Liberty University and Jerry Falwell was that we had to be the last ones to report on anything that had to do with Jerry Falwell, Liberty University. Everybody else had to report first. And so it pretty much seems to be the same way APFN is run. You can report something when everybody else has run it already. If it's already been said in Newsweek, it's already been said somewhere else, then you can report it. So I don't know. I'm suspect about the whole censorship deal, and whatever. Tonight, like I said, Larry, I'll be on the show in about 15 minutes, and I haven't gotten some acknowledging emails from him, so my eyebrows are raised. He needed some information to access the show tonight, and I have not heard from him, so hopefully they're not sabotaging our emails to prevent him from being on the show tonight. They've done a lot of stuff, but they haven't really ever outright sabotaged a guest being on the show. They've tried to. And that's expected. They've done various things throughout the year, and that's why I don't count on a visitor or an interview-type format show where every week I have a guest on, because it just gets too cumbersome. There's too many problems. You always deal with a problem. You never know when you have a guest on what kind of problems are going to be tonight. Is there going to be a problem? A lot of people want to believe we live in a free America. Think again. If you want to be convinced about that we don't live in a free America, get your own show. Try to send emails. Try to set up guests for shows. Everybody encumbers problems. Everybody. And so it's not just one person here or there. It's just everybody, and that's a patriot. Anyone who stands up for the Constitution of America, believes in God, family, and the Constitution, is going to end up with problems from a socialistic government hell-bent on destroying the Constitution of America, hell-bent on destroying America and its people with their own satanic Luciferian agenda. And anybody who tries to expose them or reveal what they're doing, what they are, you come into problems with it. And so, we've seen already striking blows to our Constitution with the Patriot Acts, to our entire democracy with NAFTA and now CAFTA. You can just about kiss goodbye everything that our country was built on, because everything is about to be changed. And those of you who know Bible prophecy know that these things are going to come to happen. It's just watching it happen is just, it's a lot different than knowing it's going to happen. When you actually start to see this stuff come about, when you see things taking place that's going to bring about what the Bible prophesied, it's just knowing it's coming. I don't know. Some people get fearful over that, and I don't. I just look at it as like, let's get it on, let's get it going. It's coming. There's nothing we can do about it. I want to go home.